Hello, Star Wars fans. Welcome to StarWars.com. My name is David Collins, and I am sitting here with Supervising Director Dave Filoni and one of the stars of the Clone Wars, Darth Maul himself, Sam Witwer. How you doing, guys?
Good.
Good. So we just saw the season premiere of Season 5 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and we got to see Darth Maul start to really execute on a plan and start to change a little bit from how we saw him in Season 4, from madness to really a kind of a deranged leader. Can you talk a little bit about Darth Maul in this episode?
Well, one of the plans we had was that we wanted to show, beyond being just a great swordsman, martial artist, that we wanted to give an intellect to Maul. We wanted to show that he was trained on all the machinations of how the Sith had been able to survive, and one of that is by being able to coordinate other people to do your bidding, basically. Yeah. Getting other people involved. Yeah.
Exactly. When you can only have two, well, you can't just pick a guy who's a good sword fighter. He's got to be good at just about everything. And that's why Palpatine is having such a hard time finding the right apprentice. That's why Anakin is so important to him when he finally hones in on him, because he's looking for that, the real deal.
On Dooku, too. I mean, when you look at Dooku, he's someone that was already trained very well by the Jedi. He has all kinds of ideas about politics and ways of negotiating. He didn't have to cover all these broad things. In fact, Palpatine has used Jedi for the most part and corrupted them. But Maul is, I mean, when you think about that, he's really unique.
Because he was actually trained from a younger age. Palpatine. I mean, there was a lot of investment there.
Does Darth Maul know that Sidious is still out there? Because we haven't seen that quite yet.
Absolutely he does. Absolutely he does. I mean, we talked about the fact that Maul is entering into this world that he was fully expecting to be a part of. This whole Clone Wars thing, he was supposed to be front and center. And now he slowly starts trying to put himself back into a central position in this conflict.
This resurrection has kind of some bigger implications that the audience isn't aware of yet, as far as why is all of this happening? Who's really behind it? What's the agenda? And right now we're really gonna zero in on Season 5 with Maul and his goals, which are, I'm going to make myself known in the galaxy, and I want my own power base. He knows that his master was going to cause a galactic conflict, so he gets it when Savage says, the Clone Wars,
like, oh,
there's conflict.
That's what they're calling it.
That's what it is. Yeah. And then he knows, and he can sense that, because to him, when he is, alive in Phantom Menace, and then when he's reborn in our time during the Clone Wars, it's like he's dropped into two different, pools of water. One is salt water, one is not, and he can just, when he's reborn, he goes, oh my gosh, everything is different now. Because remember, the shroud of the dark side has fallen. It's clouding everything. So it's, when Obi-Wan says stuff, it's a fertile place for Maul to flourish, meaning the underworld. But the galaxy as it exists now is a fertile place for Maul to flourish, because he's so powerful within the dark side, because he's able to channel it because of his, teachings from Sidious. And now he's kind of backed by the Mother Talzin magic. He's got a bit of that in him as well. He does, and we've talked about this before, does he care about Savage or does he need Savage? Exactly. And we didn't want that to be clear. With these Sith, there are a lot of machinations going on. They're always planning. They don't do anything frivolously, but it's all very scheming, because they're trying to amass power. They're trying to control things.
He really wants that perfect revenge. We can say that. He wants something that is so grand and amazing as a piece of revenge that he can present to Kenobi. He just, unfortunately, at some point will pay a little bit too much attention to something when he should have maybe paid attention to something else.
The parallel between what's happened to Darth Maul and what's happened to Vader. A lot of people say, oh, well, Darth Maul was cut in half. How could he possibly be back? But if you look at Vader,
Vader was cut in pieces and
completely burned and cut to pieces, and yet he survived.
No, he had no limbs, and he was burned to a cinder. And the thing is that for the Sith, there is no transcendent quality to their existence that they can conceive of. There's nothing beyond what they have right now.
So everything is at stake if they die.
Everything is at stake.
Because it's all over.
Yeah,
it's all done.
They can't. If you die, you can't.
You
can't get any more stuff. You can't
take it with you.
You can't take it with you.
That's basically it.
Well, we've enjoyed talking about Darth Maul on the season premiere of Season 5 of The Clone Wars. We've been here with Supervising Director Dave Filoni and the voice of Darth Maul, Sam Witwer, right over here. Thanks for joining us on StarWars.com, and we'll see you for the next episode.